Hello everyone, how are you today? This is Mark. I'm doing just great. Thanks for asking. The students weren't paying attention to the lesson. Joshua got a postcard from a faraway country. In this lesson, we're going to talk about definite and indefinite articles. So stay tuned. Let me start by saying that if you think you know everything about this lesson, you're wrong. I'm going to talk about definite and indefinite articles in a very detailed way. So let's start with the. We use the and we pronounce the with consonant sounds and not consonant letter. What do I mean by that? Okay, let's look at car. K is a consonant sound, so the car, the boy, etc. Consonant sounds and not consonant letters. Let's take an example of a word that starts with the vowel but is pronounced with a consonant sound. The university, the European Union. So these two start with the sound y. This y is a consonant sound. Now, how do we pronounce it with vowels then? Well, the exam, the hour, and in this case, the word starts with the vowel, okay, the exam, and obviously we have H here, but the H is mute, so we don't pronounce it. So, the hour, consonants, vowel sound. Now, we also use it for stress something. For example, the flower I gave you last week died. If you want to stress that flower, the flower. Now, I have 8 rules that we're going to talk about. So, the first one, you can place the definite article the with any noun, but you need to have already mentioned it. For example, the boy I told you about is sick. Okay, so the boy, the other person knows who I'm talking about. So that boy, the boy I talk about. Okay, so the rule number 2, when referring to one specific person, thing, or group. For example, the sun, the earth, the Colosseum in this case, okay, the Colosseum, etc. So specific is only one. Number 3, to refer to living things in singular form. So the home of the buffalo is America. So the group of animals, buffalo. The potato comes from the New World, for example. Potato is singular, and so but here we mean the group of potatoes, obviously. Now, for the 4th rule, giving more details about the noun by adding an adjective. So, the small church in Rome is very beautiful. The bold man just fell off the ladder, for example. The bold and small are adjectives. The 5th rule that I want to talk about is with general determiners, so few, little, many, other, etc. The few who arrived late got a bad mark, for example. The few, so before few, little, many, other. Now, number 6, with one, ones, and numbers. Mary wanted the red one. Okay, the red one, that one. Number 7, with plural countries. So, the United States of America, the Maldives, etc. So, with plural countries. Now, with geographical names, and this is the last one, the Atlantic Ocean. So, for example, with oceans and seas, the Mediterranean, etc. The Gulf of Mexico. So with bays, gulfs, etc. With rivers, the Nile, the Amazon, etc. Now with groups, in this case with groups of lakes, the Great Lakes. But we don't use with Lake Ontario. We don't say the Lake Ontario. We say Lake Ontario without article. The Himalayas, the Andes, so it's a group of mountains. So if you want to talk about Everest, you just don't say the Everest, you say Everest, the name of the mountain. The Gobi Desert, so with deserts we need the. And here I noted that with single lakes or islands, mountains, we don't use the. But if you want to be specific, for example, the Isle of Man, okay, you can say the, because is that specific island. But for example, Australia, that is a continent and is an island, we don't use the at the beginning. Or Greenland, for example. Now let's talk about the indefinite article a or an. We use a before consonant sounds. So, like I said, a university, so the U here is a vowel, but the sound is a J. So it's a consonant sound. So a university, a book, etc. Now, an before vowel sounds. So an hour, the H is mute, like I said before. So an hour, an apple. So this A is a consonant, is a vowel sound. So it would be something like this. It's a vowel sound. An apple, etc. You have many examples. Now I listed 5 rules that I want to talk about with you. So the first time you mention something, you need to use the indefinite article a or an. So a postcard from a faraway country, I said in my example. So this is the first time I mentioned the postcard and the faraway country. So the second rule, adding more information to the noun. So with, for example, an adjective. A Spanish tycoon. So Spanish would be the adjective, tycoon would be the noun. A Spanish tycoon. Another example, or the third rule, is with professions. So an English teacher, like me, an English teacher, and in this case we have also the adjective English. So I'm a teacher, but I'm an English teacher. Or a lawyer, etc. So with professions. Number 4th rule, when using one individual person or thing to make a general statement about all the people or things of that time. So for example, an adolescent generally eats more than an adult. So an adolescent and an adult. A monkey, in this case we have the animals, monkeys, and I specify a monkey is more intelligent than a turtle. I specify one, but I refer to the group of monkeys and turtles. The 5th rule and the last rule, with singular nouns which refer to just one thing. For example, a full moon was lighting up a dark sky. So singular nouns, so full moon, and this specifies only the moon. So a full moon was lighting up a dark sky. The sky is only one and it was dark in this case.
I hope you have enjoyed this lesson. Let's meet again on the next video.